What's up, big fat bastards? How we doing? We're going to take a look at today's deck, and then we're going to get right into the action. We'll start at the 1 mana slot of the curve. We got 4 Kinjalli's Caller. We're running a playset of a very valuable 1-drop. Dinosaurs we cast cost 1 less to cast, and that 3 toughness will come in handy. Marauding Raptor's a beautiful guy. Those pings help with the enrages on ranging, which we also have a playset of Ripjaws, and that beautiful Trapjaw Tyrant. Let's see, Otepic Huntmaster for early haste, further dinosaur casting cost reduction, Thunderherd Migration, so that we aren't locked out of casting certain spells right from the get-go, and we can ramp potential 4 mana on turn 3 is real nice, especially if there's a Kinjalli's Caller out, reducing the costs. Deathgorge Scavenger, so that we're not caught with our pants down against whatever Oven Cat's name is that I'm forgetting right now, Croxa, Greasefang. We got 4 Ranging Raptors running the playset of that because since we got these big fat boys up on top, we want as much of an opportunity to cast them as we can. 2 Domri Anarch Bolas goes really well with the Enragers, really well with creatures, and pretty well against counters, blue-white, blue spirits, and even Dimir Rogues, if you can resolve him. Ripjaw is wonderful. Extra cards means extra playing, means extra chance at winning. Shifting Ceratops, I bumped it up from 2 to 3 because of the preponderance of blue spirits, blue-white, and not as much Dimir Rogues, honestly, but when you're facing Dimir Rogues, this will kick their butt if they don't have the black kill spell ready, and oftentimes they'll be using their black kill spells like Fatal Push on these little boys here, so yeah, by the time Shifting Ceratops comes out, oftentimes we will catch them with their pants down. Trapjaw Tyrant, phenomenal. He destroys tokens because they're not going to get those back, right? When tokens leave the battlefield, finito. They are done. Regisaur Alpha, absolutely wonderful to have him. He creates 2 permanents, so when you're facing people who are running so much 1-for-1 removal, Regisaur Alpha is wonderful because now they have to use 2 cards to kill your 1, essentially, right? Carnage Tyrant is a 7/6 who can't be countered with Trample and Hexproof, and his art is freaking awesome. Look at him. Come on. Tell me he isn't freaking awesome. Gishath, big and fat. Just look at it. I give you a second to read that effect. Pause if you'd like. Absolutely beautiful. Zacama, artifact and enchantment removal, of course, comes at an ultra premium. I'm running 2 Boseijus, but this is nice as well. If you can get it out, I mean, you're going to be running the board for that turn, probably. Ghalta is freaking huge. I really like running at least 1 Ghalta. Sorry, let me bring it back up. I really like running at least 1 Ghalta because I I need to have the biggest thing on the board, especially when I have Domri Anarcha Bolas, who's capable of fighting. When I have Otepic and Regisaur to give it haste and smash right through right away when they're not ready for it. That 12/12 body and the trample comes in so much handy to be able to have the big boy supremacy on the field. I need to run at least 1, in my opinion. Some other things of note, let's see. We've got an Aganjo here for a little combat trick up our sleeve. We're running 2 Boseijus because I think that's really wonderful. And I'm saving up my little wild cards because I'm a po boy, 0 rares, so I don't have any Jetmir's Gardens. And with that all taken care of, why don't we hop into today's action? Let's go. Wow. Take it. You know what? I think we might get rid of ranging. No. As much as I'd like to, I don't know if that's the best move. But if I don't have Regisaur, then what do I have? I don't know. Sundown so that we can get Jolly Caller out. Okay, so Deathgorge Scavenger, land cards and graveyards. I guess I can't Deathgorge Scavenger that stuff. Okay, we'll pop Boseiju out there, get him out, and arranging. No attack. Ooh, well, bye-bye Regisaur. Our friend Javi Puertas is stupid. That's why he named himself after a door. Like, actually, Puerta is a door in Spanish. Like, abra la puerta, open the door. So, like, that's a dumb name, and it's fitting for a dumb dude. Okay, buddy. Let's see. This. Attack with those. Once again, I cut out the dead space, but, you know, continuing with the theme of, you know, Brainlet, Javi Puertas there. Gave me a nice long stretch of time to edit out there. Christ, this guy's a fucking idiot. No wonder he's using one of this battle pass's absolutely atrocious avatars. I love when the countdown timer comes up because, like, I mention that fact that these people take forever, but you can't tell after editing, so I always love the countdown timer. Thank you. Validation. Okay, he gets the counter on it, doesn't make damage, but doesn't matter. Next time he does that, it'll be a 3-4. That's good stuff for him. Okay. Let's see, our friend has 5, 7, 9, plus 1 will be 10 damage he can do. All minus that. So hopefully he doesn't give everyone +1/+1. We'll stand a bit of a chance. Fair enough. Something nice would be Carnage Tyrant. Something nice. If we get a land, we can still use that token, and if our second draw then is Carnage Tyrant, we could still play it for 4. This token, just in case we're not all on the same page, tap 2, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. So if I get that 6th land, we'll still be able to afford Carnage Tyrant for 4 after that. We'll see how it goes. Wow. Okay. We are definitely swinging lethal. Just to force their hand. Should I attack with the Ranging Raptors? Yeah. Now they have to block 2 things. Or, excuse me, no, now they either have to block Trapjaw, which would mean they'd have to double block it, or block the 2 little guys. They're probably going to sacrifice that Dauntless. My dude didn't even give his Brutal Pather indestructible. Like I said, he's a fucking idiot. I usually call those people geniuses, not with this guy's case. Sorry. Ooh. Well, that's going to get the concession. And we will use its abilities until he resigns. Thank you for, thank you for letting me do it. You know what? I talked shit about this guy. He's letting me sit here and essentially freaking masturbate. So, good game, Javi Puertas. Your name is freaking dumb. You took a while. But you did let me do that. So, buen partido, mi amigo. Yeah, we'll take it. If I can do Marauding Raptor into Ranging Raptor and grab myself a Plains, and it's not the worst thing in the world. That thing dies. It deals 1 damage to any target. Alright, very nice. Okay, we see that they have that Fatal Push mana open, so we don't expect too much from this guy, but there's nothing else to do. Oh, Jesus. Very nice. Oh, cool. Alright, that's cool. Get the Plains side of that going. Oh, it came a little too close for comfort to the wrong side of it, not gonna lie. Ranging Raptors. We hope they deal it damage and they don't bedevil it, please. Okay. I guess we'll do the same thing, huh? As always, I'd love to swing for 0, but I'd like to keep it open for a blocker in case they destroy my other ranging. Mayhem Devil. Okay, Mayhem Devil. What would they do if I dropped a Domri, attacked with ranging, and then fought that Mayhem Devil after I get my combat damage? Do we attack with Kinjalli? Nah, that's a pretty obvious easy block. Okay. Definite Forest.
Please, sir, give me some more.
Ooh, Forest and a Forest. I suppose maybe I should have gotten a Plains, to be perfectly honest. Happens.
What's that? Something smells rotten.
To me, not to good players. Okay. That's not happening. Bud. That is Shifting Ceratops fighting Mayhem Devil. Ah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We will not give that haste. We are just going to pass the turn. Protect my friend Domri there. I will happily make this trade. No, no, no. No today. Oh, pass. Okay, sorry, yeah. Now we're in the blockers phase. There it is. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I wish you could see your face when I'm beating you.
Go ahead and take a creature out of their graveyard right quick. That one's good. We hope Otepic stays alive and Domri, because we, at this precise second, we can afford Gishath. Okay, that is annoying. No blockers, just let him die. Hopefully I think we're gonna get back the Deathgorge Scavenger. Yeah.
You'll see.
So that's not the worst thing in the universe there. Yep, we're gonna get a non-creature, so that way he can survive being blocked and the damage it deals afterwards. Nice, healthy bite out of Balrog over here, which is a great name, especially with the avatar there. We definitely hats off to the guy there. Practically a role player at that point with the name and the avatar synergy like that. That's just good stuff. Yeah, I think we're starting to get a little too far ahead. He's probably going to concede soon. This one. And you could just block Trapjaw with the Death Toucher, right? There you go. At least we get a nice free animation there. Nothing happened, but always a pleasure to see that mouth coming out from the depths of hell. And there he goes. Yeah, let me just take a look at that. It costs X less to cast a total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. Oh, cool. That's pretty nice. Okay. That one, ideally, we'll play Kinjalli's Collar into that next turn. Get a second source of green. Okay. Nice. Swing for 2. Very good. Okay, since that thing would grow to be a 3/3 next turn, conceivably, bigger than Ranging Raptors, I think I'll go Ripjaw. Or, well, Kinjalli into Ripjaw. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's annoying. Bye-bye, Kinjalli. Could be worse. Okay, I like this because just in case they happen to have a Spell Pierce in this build. Okay, we're gonna drop that also.
Business as usual.
Oh, we did get the fight off. Okay, we'll swing for 5. Damn, it all went our way. Nice, okay. Okay, another portable hole for Kinjalli's Collar. Tells me they're not wiping anytime soon unless they draw that. Okay, that thing is big, but does that have trample? Okay, so that'll be chumped until we can get a Ghalta going, I think. So marauding into ranging.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
And yes, I did see that I missed my opportunity to play Ghalta. I'm really proud of myself. Okay, that's bye-bye marauding. I don't know what that does. Didn't actually read it yet. Has flying. Okay, well, no blocks for me. They're attacking me. Okay. Well, let's see if we can make them regret that. Do we go Ghalta and then just straight fight it? First we attack to get the extra damage in. Checking, they don't have any cards in hand, but that doesn't mean I can sit here and play with impunity. Okay, so that is Ghalta. Fight that. Ghalta survives, they can bring it back. They said good game. I don't know if they mean it.
Put me back in.
Okay, thank you, Ghalta, for being huge. Once again, they can get that back, but I'm still going to have Ghalta, so. Okay, they scry 1. That's flying, but not haste, so yeah. Thank you for taking your whole turn, and then, I mean, he said good game, but it's like, okay, like, okay, whatever. Okay, give it a shot. Okay, in true blue and white fashion, Tiberius, some emperor-sounding name for a blue-white player who has to sit there and have everything be, you know, passed by them. Gonna attack him for 0, let him know who's fucking here. Okay, the king is deciding whether or not to allow that. The king says no. No Kinjalli Collar. Far from blue-white. Okay. This is pretty rough, honestly. Marauding Raptor. Else? Except attack. Oh dear, here comes the fat tree folk. Oh, we better get a freaking plains, man. Okay, we can try to do this one, though. At least that's something, right? Grab a plains off of this. Hope for the best there. Not sure what else to do. Yeah, we'll pass that, and we'll just use ranging to block 3 damage. Rather than just sending it in for the other land. It would still work, but rather just save 3 life. Okay, absolutely brutal there. Good stuff. Damn, 2 nice lands. And I assume a fat swing is coming up. Okay. Damn. Poor guy's a pussy. Should've got your damage in, bud. You ain't getting that one back. How much is that? 3? 1 and 2. You guys at that. You just attack the face. Want to make sure it's gone. Siege Rhino, very cool. Okay. Start off with this one. Yep. What does he think about that? Let's see. Probably doesn't particularly care for it. But if he gets it back, then it'll get the ETB effect again. That's good. This. Gonna get a non-creature. Yep, definitely take that action. Another non-creature. Not bad. Now let's hope and pray for the best. They have all the land in the world. Okay, is that going to be enough? They're going to get some nice stuff here. Very nice. Damn. Not bad at all. Put a red down? Do I go Shifting Ceratops? Or, excuse me, Shifting Ceratops, give it haste? Gotta have some thinks for a second. Probably Ripjaw, just to see if I draw anything else nice. That's, I mean, not really the nicest, to be honest. Okay, we'll attack with I don't know, do I, let's see. That's cool, that's cool, oh, why not everything? That. Wow. Okay, put that down, hope for the best next turn. That's a lot of them. Not bad. Doesn't that exile? Yeah.
If you want a job done right,
Oh, he's screwed.
hire the best. When I say go, go. Well, you're not liking for spirit.
Good game. That was fun. That was a good loss. Good game, Mr. Tiberius. Okay, so I think we can all agree that Marauding Raptor and Otepic will just straight up die on impact, essentially. We'll start with the Thunderherd Migration. We'll reveal. How about ranging? I don't think it's very crazy to do him. I just don't want them to be like, oh, Marauding Raptor, I know to kill him, you know? This time a mountain. For the purpose of going Otepic, Marauding, Ranging in that order. But if they pass the turn, then okay, they're just looking to destroy whatever on impact. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm actually tapping the right things here. Yeah, okay. Don't want to screw it up because I'm playing from a huge deficit already. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's all their mana though, so I will block that with Ranging Raptors. We will get the 6th mana, and we should afford Gishath. Let's see how that works out for us though, because we're taking major damage. Or wait, does that have trample? Oh, it doesn't have trample. Yeah, kind of just assumed. And we all know what happens when I, especially me, assumes. Okay, let's see how this goes for us. Let's see. I'm actually going to keep Marauding Raptor open to block. This guy's brain is computing. I think he's running on an old system, old hardware, taking a little while here. I mean, he is a net decker, you know, just essentially an NPC. Like, I should be the one to Alt F4 out of the application and leave you watching these robes burn down. I play Gishath. How often do you see that? Because you know how often I see your deck? Yes. I'd like to note before the game ends, please note I don't always behave like this, but when prompted in an appropriate fashion by somebody infantile, you have to fight fire with fire, and we're speaking his language. He does not like this.